Hey there friends, I'm Andrew, welcome to the Scrapbox, and as you can see, I love to play video games. I've got a full shelf right there and a little half shelf down here, plus many other games elsewhere. Since I love to play games, I'd love to display my games. Unfortunately, this doesn't look very nice. There's a certain, je ne sais quoi about a bunch of books lined up perfectly together, but a bunch of games lined up together doesn't really have the same effect. I think it's the plastic, you know? In the past, I've tried to cover these these video game cases with paper, and I think this is the best one I've got right here. The God of War Ragnarok. I think this is my best one. Unfortunately, a lot of them just didn't turn out very nice, and it is only paper, so it is starting to peel. So luckily, the Dollar Tree has given me a nice solution. These are $1.25, and they're fake little booklets. They don't open or anything, but they're made out of a composite, like almost cardstock, cardboard-ish material. And as you can see, there's printing on all sides. Not really sure why they wanted to print a barcode, but here we are. Now, taking a look at these fake booklets, I decided, I bet you these are hollow. And I took a little X-Acto knife and I cut around it, and sure enough, it opens just like a book and the insides are hollow. You know what fits perfectly in here? A game disc. And it fits like super snug. In fact, you can make a whole stack of game discs in there. You take a whole series and turn it into one book. And that's what we're going to be doing right now. I've been a fan of the Tomb Raider series since, I don't know, I was a little kid and I saw my father playing it. Now, most of my discs, because these are very old, PlayStation 1 era, were just in one of these. I do have two of the original cases, but they are completely falling apart. So now is a perfect opportunity to be able to take these and put them in here and make it a nice book. But you can't just throw them in like that, close the book and call it a day, because they'll just, wobble around the inside. So now I had to make a little disc holder. Mark 1 looked just like this. It would glue inside. It fits a disc, but unfortunately the whole thing was a tiny bit too tall, and it doesn't actually close all the way. Version 2 was a little bit shorter, and I put a cross hatch, and I actually made this cylinder slightly bigger so it would fit on there with a little bit of an extra squeeze. But as you can see, didn't need that much effort. They still come off too easily, and a whole section broke off. So this one was no good. Which brings us to Mark 3. Mark 3, short enough so this can close, but still tall enough for a whole stack of discs. Nothing breaks off because this little cross hatching was smaller, and it'll stay in place because I've made a little cap that goes on the top, nice and snug once everything's in there. Now I can fit all of my PlayStation 1 discs and the two little pamphlets in here. So I'm going to glue this into place, but I think I'm going to paint the inside. Okay, so I've painted the inside black, and what I'm also going to do is I have these old toys geo magnets, and there's usually like one magnet on this side, one magnet on that side, but as you can tell, I chopped off the bottom one, and it's going to be on the top because these are going in the corners and the other side is going at the right about there. So when it closes, it'll be locked magnetically. With the magnets in there, now I can close the book, and you can hold it upside down and it doesn't come apart. But you can oh, this is hard to do one-handed. I can do it. I can do it. Ready? There you go. Now it opens up again. All right, mechanically speaking, this is complete. I mean, it closes, it locks like you just saw. I just put the little disc holder in there. So technically we have a fully functional game book now. However, the Tomb Raider games are going in this, and it says Secret of the Stars, which isn't very Tomb Raider-esque. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to try to cover it in a fake leather and make it look like a, Tomb Raider novel. I mean, it looks pretty good, but you can see where I have the hot glue under it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take it up to the iron. I'm going to put a piece of regular paper on top, and I'm going to try to iron it smooth. Alright, I've got my iron, I've got my book, and I've got a piece of paper to go on top of it just as an extra little pad of protection. And theoretically, the iron should help melt and mush around the glue so we don't really see that giant X mark on there. This is absolutely terrifying. Okay. I should probably be holding this still, but I'm holding a camera. The good news is it worked out really well on the back, but there's still that slight X on the front. Unfortunately, in crafting, that's just what happens sometimes, so we're just gonna have to live with that. Now, if I had a Cricut, life would be so much easier, but instead, I just have to print this out. I'm going to position it nicely, and then I'm going to trace all of the words with a sharp pen, and then it should be revealed under here, and then I'll paint those parts gold. It'll be long and boring. Is it perfect? No. If I had a Cricut, could I just get one of those fancy gold foil ones and just cut it all out and slap it on? Yes. But we're doing it this way. Let's see if it works. Hi, hello. Yes, it has been about an hour, and this has been a pain in the butt, but it's almost done. At least the front is. Then I gotta do the side. Alright, I really gotta fix all that white stuff on the side, but what I'm gonna do is I'm going to kind of rough up the edges a little bit, paint them a little lighter, and I'm gonna give it a clear coat, and then I'll fix all the mess ups. It has been weathered, time for that clear coat, then I'm gonna fix the little edges and we'll be good. Oh, and in case anybody was wondering, this is the Scion from the first Tomb Raider game. Alright, I think that's as good as that's getting, which means it's time to put it all together. I'm gonna get the order of these wrong and somebody's gonna be so mad at me. Alright, so we're gonna open this up. Perfect. Take the little cap off. Nicely done. Let's see, the last one, I do believe the last one is Tomb Raider Chronicles. And that's gonna go right there. And then, chronologically, no, because last Revelation happens before and after. You know what? This one's going next. Fight me about it. Then 3. Then 2. And then 1. So technically it's 1, 2, 3, Last Revelations and Chronicles. And we put these 2 in because these, as you can tell, are completely destroyed. So that oh, don't forget the cap. Cap goes on. That goes in there. This closes. We've got a book. We slide that, we move the whole thing and it slides in there. Ta-da! You're right, it needs to go next to the Lara Croft statue. I think it looks good. I think it would look a lot better when I finally get the Cricut and I can just, on there, and so I don't have to cut it out and then everything will be nice and precise. But for an old book, I think that's good. The real question is the Tomb Raider trilogy technically is part of the PlayStation 1 series because Anniversary is just a remake of that. Does that go in there too? I guess this case isn't that good. And then where does Angel of Darkness fit in? And then I know the whole 2013 and beyond are their own separate series. Or maybe they're not a separate series if you didn't do the day 1 patch on Shadow of the Tomb Raider, but that's a whole other thing. Anyways, ta-da! After months of searching, we have finally found the ancient artifact. But we can't figure out how to get it to work. We've tried everything. We've tried button mashing. We've tried turning it off and turning it on again, and that's all we've tried. But this old book might just be the answer to everything we need. Alas, there it is, the final key. Now we just have to plug it in and turn it on. Oh wait, make sure to like, subscribe, hit the button, all that fun stuff. Okay, now bye.